Texas Motor Speedway for a triple-header weekend. Races Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Last year in the Cup Series race, Joey Logano taking home the checkered flag. An overtime finish, Logano passing Michael McDowell with just 4 laps to go. It was his first win of the season, and it secured him a playoff spot. This year, deja vu perhaps. Logano hasn't won so far in 2026.
Here in Texas is when you always want to win for sure, and gosh, it was a battle. It was a battle all the way to the end. Getting some good restarts towards the end, being able to pass McDowell on the backstretch, that was crazy.
The Truck Series race is on Friday, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on Saturday, and it culminates with the Cup Series on Sunday. Tickets still available online if you're interested in being there in person. Well, it is championship season in the world of high school golf. Student athletes from across the state trying their hand at winning a gold medal. The girls' golf tournament is this time next week. The boys in action here the last couple of days. At the Class 2A level, Windthorst's Lyndon Brown finishing in 5th place on the individual leaderboard with a 2-round total of 3 under par. Class 3A, Henrietta's George Slagle. Day 1, he shot 72. Day 2, he shot 80. That's good for 15th place out of 72 golfers. Last but not least, Class 1A, as a team, the Goldberg Bears advanced, and they finish in 12th. The Dallas Cowboys adding to their wide receiver room, not through the draft, but free agency, right? Marquez Valdez-Scantling signing a 1-year deal with America's team. The 8-year NFL vet, probably most well known from his time in Green Bay, but now this is his 6th team in the last 4 years, and his production is just average. MVS, as they call him, played in 10 games last year for the 49ers and the Steelers, caught just 14 passes, 120 yards, and 1 touchdown. He did win 2 Super Bowls with the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes helping get the best out of him, but he appears to be not much more than a veteran competing for a spot alongside, of course, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ryan Flanoy, and Kevontae Turpin. As the NBA playoffs continue, Mavs fans aren't happy on the sidelines, but another promising honor for young star Cooper Flagg, the 19-year-old earning NBA Rookie of the Year honors. The number 1 overall pick led the Mavs in points, rebounds, assists, and steals this season, the first rookie to do so since Michael Jordan in 1985. On the ice, Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 5 between Dallas and Minnesota. The series tied at 2 games apiece here in the first period. Power play goal for the Stars. Miro Heiskanen with a one-timer from the point. That tied things up at 1. To the third now, 2-1 Minnesota. They add to it. Michael McCarron wins a race, has a chance in front and beats Jake Ottinger 5-hole. The Wild added an open netter to get the final, to win by the final of 4-2. The Stars in a winner-go-home situation on the road. Game 6 is Thursday nights. Last but not least, on the diamond at Globe Life Field, Rangers and Yankees. We start in the top of the 9th. Aaron Judge at the plate. He's got pure power. Fastball at the belt. Probably not a good idea. He deposits it into the second deck in left, and it's 3-0 New York. Bottom 9, Rangers finally getting rolling. Josh Young at the plate with a base knock. That's through the left side. Plating Danny Jansen, making it 3-2. The tying run in scoring position. The winning run on base, but no dice. Corey Seager grounding into the 4-6-3 double play, and that ends it. New York over Texas by a final of 3-2. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. Have a great night.
When emergencies happen, you want help now. You want ER now. You never know when you'll be faced with an emergency. 24/7, 365, we are here for you. ER Now. Faces you know, doctors you trust.
When the stakes are high, results matter. At Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys, results are earned through preparation, focus, and drive. This isn't about one win. It's about showing up when it matters most. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. But with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable. Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here? Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
On the front lines across the globe.
In Rome, South Korea, Ukraine, and Israel. We'll give you an up-close look
At the center of the moments that matter.
What do you want the world to know? What is the mission?
International correspondent Robert Sherman on News Nation.
Copa Mundial de la la FIFA por Telemundo. Copa Mundial de la FIFA por Telemundo y Peacock.
Hearings continue in Austin between lawmakers and those connected to Camp Mystic as the camp hopes to reopen for the summer season.
As representatives continue questions for the camp's owners, get a full breakdown of the day's hearing tonight at 10. Join us.
250 years ago, a promise was made, a promise of freedom and the open road ahead. At Herb Easley Chevrolet, that promise still matters. As a veteran-owned dealership, we believe in service to our country and our community. Right now, celebrate America's 250th with supplier pricing on new half-ton Silverados and payments as low as $349 a month on the 2026 Track and payments as low as $449 on the 2026 Equinox. Herb Easley Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
From city streets to country roads, if you can dream it, we can deliver it. At Cactus Containers, we make custom builds easy and affordable with rent-to-own options available. Cactus Containers, we deliver possibilities.
Transform your space with the Roombo Home Visualizer tool at Briggles.
From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community. You're watching KFDX3 News at 10.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Aaron Gonders.
And I'm Carney Porter. The Electricity Commission took up several items during its most recent meeting, including new rules that could impact how residents use generators and certain personal transportation devices.
Ashley Waters is joining us now with more on what was decided and what happens next. Ashley, what do you have for us?
Yeah, that's right, guys. Commissioners approved the first reading of 2 ordinances, but before they can take effect, they'll need to pass a second reading, since both include penalties and fines. City leaders discussed new regulations for generators used at homes and in travel trailers. The ordinance lays out where and how generators can be used while also addressing safety concerns. Electricity Administrator Joey Hodgkins says there's been instances where generators have resulted in structure fires in the area, and with these regulations put into place, Electra can avoid those dangerous situations and ensure safety for its residents.
Just looking out for the safety of others. One of the previous house fires, where it started, spread to another structure, so it involved multiple structures, and so we're just trying to prevent that. This is not going to determine whether you get to use one or not. There's a lot of exemptions of how you use it, but just for permanent use, we're not going to allow temporary generators.
The ordinance is one step closer to being enforced, but still needs final approval. The next proposed ordinance rules for scooters, electric bikes, and other small personal transportation devices. It includes guidelines for how the vehicles can be operated, along with enforcement and penalties for violations. Hodgkins says these electric vehicles have become popular within the younger population in Electra, and the passing of this ordinance can ensure their safety.
The electric bikes, they're getting real popular now, and a lot of kids are out, and especially the summertime coming, they're going to be out and about riding them. It's not going away. We know the kids are going to continue riding the e-bikes and on their bicycles and all that stuff, so we need to have something in place. That way we assure in the future that the safety is going to continue.
Like the generator ordinance, this measure also passed its first reading and will require a second vote before it becomes law. City officials say these ordinances are important for the city of Electra and are aimed at improving safety and addressing those community concerns. The items will be further discussed at the next City Commission meeting on May 12th at Electra City Hall.
All right, good to know now. We'll have more information in the next week or two as well. All right, Ashley, thank you so much for bringing us that update tonight.
All right, now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bolin for a look outside. And Michael, after a pretty active morning, it's looking a little bit quieter going into tonight.
Active morning, active afternoon.
Yes.
I mean, it was busy today in the world of weather, but thankfully right now it is pretty quiet here across Texoma. Showers and storms are pushing down south of the DFW Metroplex area, and for us, it is going to be pretty quiet now. Current temperature outside is 64 degrees in Wichita Falls. The cold front has moved through the area. You can see it's still 77 in DFW, 80 down towards Austin, but we got 60s to the north in Oklahoma City and Amarillo. We are 10 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday. It's going to be a little bit cooler again here for tomorrow, along with some more cloud cover starting to build in here overnight tonight. Now, better rain chances do return later on this week. We'll talk about if that could include any chances for severe weather coming up here in a few minutes, guys.
All right, we'll see you then, Michael. Thank you so much. Camp Mystic owners apologized to the families of the 27 counselors and campers who died in the Independence Day floods last year.
The public apology was made during the second day of a legislative hearing examining what happened at the camp on the morning of the flood.
On Monday, investigators revealed the camp failed to train counselors on what to do in an emergency and missed opportunities to safely evacuate the campers.
Today, Capitol reporter Dylan McKim reports on why lawmakers question the readiness of the camp owners as they try to reopen campers next month.
I think about the night of the flood every moment of every day. We tried our hardest that night, and it wasn't enough to save your daughters.
Speaking directly to family members, Edward Eastland apologized for the deaths of 27 girls and young women who were under his supervision at Camp Mystic. He sat alongside his wife and 2 brothers who also operate the camp.
I understand completely when people point out the things we could have done that morning. I think about those things every day.
Lawmakers pushed the Eastlands on their evacuation plan for floods, which told the campers and counselors to shelter in their cabin and wait for instruction. The family testified that they feared the kids would self-evacuate into a dangerous situation.
Does that make sense?
Not really, because that's why they have a plan. And so if the plan is organized and orderly, and that's why in this situation, the planned shelter in place clearly did not work.
Camp Mystic is currently applying for a license to reopen this summer. But the question for lawmakers, is the camp ready to care for kids again? Last week, the Department of State Health Services notified the owners of 22 deficiencies in their proposed emergency plan.
Y'all are going through so much. Think this through. Are you ready to take on 500 plus children?
Earlier in the hearing, Mary Liz Eastland, the wife of Edward and the co-director of the Guadalupe site, hinted at a possibility of the family not operating the camp.
I will say I think we're willing to take a step back if camp can go on. That's okay with us.
But later in the hearing, Britt Eastland, who directs the Cypress Lake campus, appeared more confident that their camp was safer for this summer.
We just pray through time. And we are ready.
The future of the camp is unclear, and some lawmakers in the committee don't feel the family should get a second chance.
Y'all will not be an operator next session, next season, if I can have anything to say with that.
In Austin, I'm Dylan McKim.
Camp Mystic told Nexstar that more than 800 girls have enrolled to attend camp this summer. The camp is scheduled to open on May 30th.
Well, in other news tonight, it's time to celebrate, or it's that time of year to celebrate the educators shaping the next generation as the WFISD names its 2026 Teachers of the Year. Every year, the WFISD recognizes one elementary, one secondary teacher for their dedication to students across Wichita Falls. This year's elementary teacher of the year is LaShondra Hooper from Shepherd Elementary, while Nikki Norman of Ryder Middle School takes home the secondary honor. Both were selected for their commitment to student success and the impact they make in the classroom each day. They say receiving this recognition is an honor and a reminder that their hard work is making a difference.
I do my best to build a foundation with every lesson that I teach, and I learned that from other teachers, obviously. In order to make sure that students are learning, we need to give them something, a base foundation, so then it can become prior knowledge, and then it becomes their existing knowledge, and they can build on it and grow.
I think when we set the foundation as teachers and we build them up and put them through challenges, and we're there when they fall, I mean, that's what kind of rounds them out into the person that they are.
Hooper and Norman add awards like these highlight the important role the teachers play in shaping the future of all of their students.
Red Dirt and Texas Country is taking over the K. Yeager Coliseum soon. This morning, our very own Dylan Jimenez spoke with Randy Rogers about the upcoming concert. And joining him on stage are Stoney LaRue and Wichita Falls native James Cook. The concert will be Saturday night, May 9th. It'll be at 7 o'clock, and country fans can two-step to their favorite songs all night long. Rogers says his set list will even include everyone's favorites, so be on the lookout for those. And while talking to Dylan, Rogers also talked about his latest EP titled The Going and other music-related topics. The full interview can be found over on our website.
Well, if you're looking for a free community-driven 5K, Pueblo Boxing is hosting one very soon. Pueblo Boxing's mission is rooted in community service to founder Juan Escutia. He says he made the event free so everybody can participate. And on top of it being free, every dog that participates, the organization will donate $10 to the Pets Clinic nonprofit. Pueblo Boxing serves in over 20 countries and inside 14 different prisons across Latin America. If you're interested in participating in the 5K, well, there's a link to do that over on our website. We're not going nowhere. Michael is coming up next to look at his full forecast.
And a little later, we'll have more on where hemp regulations stand in the state of Texas. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to KFDX Plus, KFDX's free streaming app, brought to you by Tri-Key Auto Ranch, a working horse and cattle ranch located in Bellevue, Texas. We're more than just a dealership, we're family.
An accident with a company car, truck, SUV, van, or fleet vehicle is not just another car accident. Thomas J. Henry has a team of skilled company vehicle accident attorneys ready to fight for you. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
I'm a different kind of threat. You can't call the cops on me. I don't even have to break in. I'm invited.
Gerald the Fish. What about, like, Joaquin Bartholomew?
Just Michael Bowling.
And that is a big hello from the 5th graders over at Henrietta Elementary. Toby McDuff was over there for their career day, and the kids were being shown different careers like broadcast news, of course, since he was there, flight attending, baking, and nursing.
And they also learned from different EMS, shepherd pilots, loan officers, oil and gas, as well as police officers. A lot of different fields that were represented today, and it looks like everyone had a great time learning all about them.
We've been seeing Hello Texomas from all of the grades over there, so
making sure they all get time to shine today. But it was a good time by all.
Yeah, it looks like they had a lot more energy than we do right now.
I know.
You had your time to shine today, Michael.
I know. You've really been spotlighting.
Unwillingly.
Spotlight yourself.
You know, don't remind me. This is 3 tornado warnings or 3 days of tornado warnings in 4 days, and I'm about done with it. And good news is, I think we're all about done with it for a little bit here at least. And also, hey, do you know how much rain you got in your backyard? Well, if you don't, you might want to go ahead and get a rain gauge here from the Investar rain gauge, Sky Team 3 rain gauge. You can go ahead and get one in there. Go to the contest tab on TexomasHomepage.com to get in the giveaway, or you can go to either Investar bank location. We would like to see